At one point, Nas Daily used to rule over the internet with his 1-minute videos of traveling around the world and showing us some really fascinating stories. But in recent times, he's become famous for being unbearable. From angering a whole country to picking fights that he's going to lose, Nas Daily has had a few rough years. So how did he manage to lose his credibility and fame? Watch this video to find out. Way back in the Facebook era, Nusayr Yassin decided to quit his job at Venmo and pursue his dream of traveling and vlogging. Lucky for him, his gamble paid off and our Facebook FYPs were filled with his short videos, in which he would travel to a new place each time to make some interesting vids. His follower count grew quickly, and along with it, his greed as well. Over time, it became clear that his motivation to make these videos wasn't for the sake of content, it was for the sake of clicks and money. And you know what they say, the taller they are, the harder they fall. For Nas, it felt like the guy jumped from the tallest pedestal, given how many controversies he got himself in. In 2021, he went to the Philippines to make a video on an old tattooing art that was preserved in the works of 104-year-old Wang Od. The video was great and got over 1 million views. But since he wanted more, he announced that the artist would be teaching on his platform, Nas Academy. This, however, became a huge controversy that got the national authorities involved, when the artist's granddaughter took to Facebook to call his operation a scam. In her post, she said, "Wang Od Academy is a scam. My grandmother did not sign any contract with Nas Daily to do any academy. Some people are taking advantage of our culture. Please help us stop this disrespect to the legacy of Apo Wang Od and the Boothbath tribe." It's interesting how Wang Od consented to this decision by using her thumbprint to the document. What he didn't realize was that this art was the intellectual property of the entire village and would require the consent of everyone. Seeing how he lost this battle, he decided to pull out all of Nas Academy's operations from the country and in return lost over 500,000 followers. Now, we could talk about this forever, but then you'd miss out on his other antics. Like how he endorsed Sam Bankman-Fried, founder of the Crypto Cats Association and the company currency exchange FTX. In 2021, Nas uploaded a video titled "The Most Generous Billionaire" and praised Bankman-Fried's philanthropic efforts and commitment to donating a significant portion of his wealth to charity. And while that sounds great on paper, the next year, it turned out that the guy was a fraud and involved in money laundering, something he'd be arrested and convicted of in 2024. This incident affected his credibility quite a lot, and many people accused him of prioritizing sensational stories over factual accuracy. Similarly, in 2022, he posted another video titled "Most Humble Crypto Billionaire," which featured Changpeng Zhao, founder and CEO of Binance. He tried to portray Zhao as a down-to-earth and relatable individual. But some things are too good to be true, and sometime later, Binance was charged with breaking sanctions and money transmitting laws, and Zhao was found guilty of money laundering. And if you still have trouble believing that Nas only makes videos of what he thinks will get more views, let me introduce you to the Kakaro Project incident. In 2019, Nas went to the Philippines and met up with Luis Mabulo. Mabulo was under the impression that Nas would come and film the project in hopes that it would get more traction and further help the local farmers. This project was made to empower farmers and give them a more sustainable livelihood. Sounds good, right? Make a video about an NGO, do something nice for a change, and we're done. For the YouTuber, this didn't seem like a topic viral enough, though, and decided not to make a video on it. According to a post Mabulo made 2 years after the incident, she said, "No one wants to hear about farmers or farms. It's not clickable, viewable content." He didn't care about making change or shedding light on real issues. He only wanted content, a good, easy story to tell that would get him more Filipino views. Plus, she even heard him make fun of the Philippines and the poor Filipinos. Once again, to tackle these controversies, Nas made another video in which he called the whole project fake and edited it in his own favor. And now, the whole country, whose people are known to be hospitable, hates him. So, clearly, he's doing something wrong. In recent years, Nas Daily has become famous for picking fights with people due to his ego. One of the biggest examples of this is his interaction, or feud, if you want to call it that, with another content creator, AVI Yomini. You see, in May 2022, AVI found him on the streets of Davos and simply asked him about his stance on global warming and environmental change. Realizing that he didn't have a good comeback for the question, Nas tried to play it off and ran away while trying to act careless about it. While AVI put up the whole encounter on his YouTube channel, Nas would edit it by blurring his face and making it sound like he was the one who did it. The moment a new podcast was released, there was an inspiration coming from him. I saw that he was getting an offer to go on the TV show Parasite, and she said that and decided to join him. And he did. And it turned out that he'd be in the right there, something that would come as his signature move in future controversies as well. In an attempt to settle it once and for all, AVI invited Nas to a debate on his own channel, which he accepted. That would make you believe that he might be in the right in this whole feud. However, he had planned things differently. On the day of the debate, the two met and started the debate, but when Nas's girlfriend realized that the whole purpose of a debate is to be transparent, no? Anyway, the second time around, Nas completely changed his intro and his stances, which AVI called him out for anyway. Now if you watch the whole video that was uploaded to Nas's channel, you'll have more empathy for him and you'd side with him as well. The reason for this is that he edited in a way that would sway the public's opinion in his favor. But even after all of that, everyone sided with AVI, saying that he owned Nas. His viewers caught up to his tricks and called him out in the comments. At this point, if it were you, I'm sure you'd take the L and move on, right? Well, Nas is not exactly emotionally stable, and if something disturbs his ego, he'd go as far as to use some pretty childish tactics, which again proves why he's just egotistical and can't take criticism. In this case, he sabotaged AVI interview with Luxembourg's Prime Minister, calling him names and making the PM so uncomfortable that he offered help to AVI and left. Just keep in mind that these were just some of his controversies. I'm sure at this point you understand exactly what type of person he really is. So what do you guys think about Nas? Did you enjoy his 1-minute videos at some point as well? What other controversies did we miss out on?